Hey guys, how's it going? So, some people have been asking me what softwares do I use at work and why do we use them. So, I just want to go about some of the softwares that I use and that I've used in the past at my previous jobs and why we use them. So, the main software we use for design at my current company is RAM Structural Systems. And my previous job didn't use that software. It used Reset 3D for all modeling and all like basically design. But my job before that also used RAM structural systems. It's basically a 3D modeling software, and you can model concrete, steel. I think you can maybe model wood. I don't know. I never used it for wood, but I think you can. Uh, the good thing about it is that it basically analyzes everything as a whole. You can model the foundation. You can model, your columns, your beams. You can also apply wind load. You can also apply like vibration, seismic, and a bunch of other good stuff. So it's a good software, and it has other type of software that you can integrate because the RAM structural system is a full suite of software. You have RAM connections, you have RAM concrete, RAM elements, which are basically some a part of the Bentley system. And I know they have cross integration with RAM mat, some stuff like that. And it's complete. I like it. I'm very familiar with it. I've used it for more than 3 years, I want to say. I mean, again, there's still a lot of things that I don't know about it, but it's the one that I've used the most. And I think it's just a matter of preference for the company because I know other peers use Stat Pro. Like I said, at my last job, we mostly use Reset 3D. And Reset 3D, you can do wood, you can do also steel, and I think you can also do concrete. Again, I don't remember if I even did concrete on Reset 3D. But I actually personally don't have a preference between them. I think Reset 3D is very good for like analysis of very specific things, but it can be kind of weird for like a bigger building. And I like that in our structural system is very organized, but it's also a little bit more constrained. I would like to say in some areas. Uh, Again, it's just a matter of company preference, but that's the main software that we use here. For other things, like for more specific design, again, we use RAM Elements, which is very similar to Reset 3D, I would say. I'm not as familiar with that software yet, but I know that we use it at this job. I've only done like one or two couple things. Other softwares that I use a lot of Enercalc, for to do specific analysis, specific designs, to do some checks on, certain things. Recently, I started using. There's a frame model in Enercalc that I didn't know I hadn't used before, and it was a little simple, but I mean it got the job done. So Enercalc is another one that we use. All the structural point software for maths, for peers, for peers, yeah, for peers. I don't know if it checks footings as well. I don't remember, but I know all the SP software is something that I use as well. And those are software that I use mostly for structural and for design and analysis. Other types of software that we use are our company, and this is one that I think every place that I work at has used, is Bluebeam. It's just very flexible because you can coordinate with sessions. You can have multiple people working on it. You can have one people doing red lines, another people, picking them up in Revit or in AutoCAD or whatever. Or you can have multiple people, reviewing a certain submittal or cross-checking some stuff. So it's a very useful software. You can even do some simple drafting there. Do some markups and coordination. I like that it's also, I don't know, very easy to track what people are doing. Like, for example, let's say you're doing a submittal and there's some mark and you want to see who did it. You can just click on the properties and it will tell you who made that annotation. And then, I don't know, you can reach out and ask them about it. So Bluebeam is a software that every company that I've used, that I've been at, uses it. There's various degrees of integration that every work uses it. Like, for example, my current position, they use it a lot, and they use it like all the very deep features. I don't know, like I'm not very familiar with a lot of them yet. I'm still getting familiar with it, but they have their own, like, markups, not software, their own markup package. I don't know how to call it. Some people that use Bluebeam more will be able to tell me, where you have, your little boxes, your little sections and stuff like that in a little picture area that you can do. So I like Bluebeam a lot. That's software that I really like. Other software that we use, I mean, is of course Revit and AutoCAD. I personally have seen a trend of staying away a little bit more from AutoCAD, and a lot of the jobs that I've been at, they don't really use AutoCAD as much. I think that's mostly like an architect's preference. Like only my last position used AutoCAD, and it was very minor. We have mostly transitioned to Revit, and I know my last job also used like some kind of structural design integration for Revit, which was pretty good. But I wasn't as familiar with that. So for modeling and drafting, Revit is what they use mostly. And that's pretty much it. AutoCAD, a little bit like I mentioned. Other types of software that we use are spreadsheets. We use a lot of spreadsheets. I know personally I like to use a lot of MATCAD. I like MATCAD a lot. You can do your own spreadsheets, and it's really easy to track, calculations. I really don't do a lot of hand calculations anymore. Whenever I need to do like a hand calculation, I just start writing it down in MATCAD because it's easy to follow. It's cleaner than my hand calculations, because I'm very messy whenever I do hand calculations. And for drafting and all that, like I just draw them. For details, I draw them on like a scratch paper. Yeah, I think those are the software that I use and the things that we use at my position and that I've had experience with. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other good software. Spreadsheets, like I mentioned, is another one that we use a lot. We just use Excel for a lot of things. Like I have Winload spreadsheets. I have like peer spreadsheets. Some specific design spreadsheet. Like I don't know. I have a spreadsheet for brick on like an angle. Like putting a load and that angle connected to a wall. I have a spreadsheet for that. There's a lot of good spreadsheets on the web that you can download, and you can use them for different case scenarios. On top of that, of course, we use the codes, IBC, NDS, and all of that. But as far as software, I feel that's pretty much everything I use. I'm trying to think of other things that I use. I mean, we use some other software, but not engineering software, like for example, like Zoom, of course, for like meetings. Here we use mostly Microsoft Teams, and I actually really like Microsoft Teams because you can coordinate with everybody. Everybody has their chat. You can share your screen. They can share your screen. You can also, I don't know. I just like it more than the Google version, and also than Zoom. Other stuff that we do here, we use the team viewer, like for whenever somebody has to take control of somebody's or computer for whatever reason. Outlook is another software that we use mostly for coordination. I know I have it on my phone. That way I can check emails and stuff like that whenever I'm out of town or whenever somebody needs something. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. From the top of my head, I cannot think of any other software that we use, but if you have any other software that you use that you would like to let us know, please let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, or if you have any questions about the softwares that I mentioned, or about anything else, like what software do you think you should learn, or what do you think should be good for if you just graduated school, please let me know. I'm always willing to help. If you have any other questions, like about permits or salary and stuff like that, I'm always willing to help. I know some people always send me emails asking me about my experiences and how do I like engineering and stuff like that. Yeah, I hope you like this video, and if you like it, please leave a like, subscribe, and thank you guys. And one more thing, I haven't been doing as many videos, especially engineering videos, and not just like live. I just don't have time sometimes, and I'm sorry, guys. But I'm glad that you guys keep watching these videos, and have a good one.